Why do you always do that thing?
Do what?
That thing you do when you're fighting.
This thing that you do when you whip your hair when you're fighting with the arm and the hair, and you do like a fighting pose. Ugh, that was disgusting.
Okay, when Endgame came out, I was one of those people who walked out of the theater complaining about the way they treated Natasha's sacrifice as if it wasn't very important in the grand scheme of events happening in the longest MCU film in terms of on-screen runtime. So when Black Widow was announced, none of us were sure about the purpose of this movie. Is it an origin story or a prequel or just a story to fill the gaps left between the movement of the greater cinematic universe? Slowly and gradually we were told that this film would be set between the events of Civil War and Infinity War, and I'm not going to complain, it wasn't a big deal breaker for me. If the film treats Natasha well, her character well, that works great for me. Now honestly, I never make high expectations from stuff. I'm not expecting a multiverse in Spider-Man 3, I'm not expecting an Avengers film to be out soon, I'm not expecting the X-Men in short, and I'm not expecting anything from the MCU or any superhero franchise in general. I love Raimi films, I love films which are films, I don't hype shit up, I start it, I watch it, I end it and I walk away. So this Friday Black Widow got released, and definitely not in my country. It sucks, man. Now honestly, I as an enthusiast had to watch the film, and the price you have to pay to watch it, it's too high. Imagine downloading a VPN, purchasing its premium, then going to Disney Plus, purchasing its premium, then going all the way to Black Widow and purchasing its premiere. When you spend so much, you want what you are watching to be worth it. So I sat in front of a monitor and made sure that I like as much as stuff as I can, and I enjoy it thoroughly, because obviously if I don't, then that's a huge waste of time, money and effort. So please, before you call me a sexist pig in the comments, please try to understand that I gave my utter best to like something. And the question is, did I like it? I would say it's weird. See, there is a lot of stuff you are unsure about when you are framing an opinion. I cannot judge Black Widow on a good or bad scale because I can rewatch the entire first act of the film again and again, but I don't think I can rewatch those poorly edited fight scenes. So yeah, I was always ready for whatever Marvel would throw at me, and this time I must say I'm not surprised. Black Widow is a type of film which made me experience goosebumps in those breathtaking cinematography in the start, and then ask myself, when is this film ending from that avalanche scene? But okay, let's start from the start. The moment the film starts with that bicycle ride, I knew I was in it for something new. The slow shots, the cinematography, everything felt almost perfect to me. The relationship shared between both Natasha and Yelena was something you tried to jump right off the bat. The dinner table sequence is so well executed that 4 minutes into the film, you have jumped into the conflict that the family is going through. When they run in the car, you don't know what it's about and you want to know what it's about. The moment they run away from S.H.I.E.L.D., they reach Cuba, those questions start to get answered. When Alexei asks her for the gun, it's the trust of a daughter on a father, and it's a father with a heavy heart taking a decision he would not even want to. And then all the questions are answered, making you question the reality of every appearance of your favorite character. This film does one thing better than every Marvel film can: blade the visual storytelling with those best credits in any MCU film. The film then jumps to the present-day Natasha Romanoff escaping from Thaddeus Ross and goes to Norway, living in a trailer, living a life she always wanted to live, and boy if that doesn't work. We finally see her feeling comfortable around people, making friends who aren't superheroes and aren't government agents, real human beings. The film then progresses with its own plot, and that's where things start to get messy. The way the film treats Dreykov being alive and the existing Red Room felt like a forced plot point to justify why Yelena was never talked about by Natasha in the previous films. The third act of the film gets our characters freeing Alexei by literally killing so many innocent guards and militia, and it was something no one talked about. Alexei, or the Red Guardian, turned into a comedic joke. He met his daughters after so long. How could you possibly expect me to believe that these two are the same people? The family reunion happening post that could have meant a lot, just like the first act of the film, if the makers did not try to make it a walking joke. Red Guardian literally does nothing in this film. You may say that there is this one scene in between, and I agree, but that's how this act should have been. Jokes in between of scenes, not scenes in between of jokes. Soon our heroes get kidnapped and the entire last act initiates, and the only thing you care about is the Taskmaster, who turns out to be Dreykov's daughter. Yeah, I saw that coming from afar. And just like a superhero flick, our heroes win and Natasha goes away to fulfill the greater requirement of hers in the MCU. If we talk in comparisons, then the post-credit scene of the film is more relevant than the entire film, in which we finally learned that Yelena would go against Clint Barton and Kate Bishop in the upcoming Hawkeye Disney Plus series. I just expect Hawkeye series to deal with this conflict the way it is supposed to be dealt, and not turn it into a comedic joke.